What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me, but I just got home off of an early morning flight, right? First thing through the door, I want to see my family. I love my family. You know, I'm a family man. I'm an advocate for families, right? Second thing, I got to get that hot shower because I got to throw the threads on. The threads make me feel like $1,000,000, but the third thing through my mind and all throughout the trip is that I gotta have that Tiege pack. Tiege makes my life uncomplicated. It's uncomplicated skincare for men. The first way that I started specifically was their level 1 system. It's a daily face wash to get rid of the dirt and grime on your skin. 2 times per week exfoliating scrub to get rid of the dead skin cells. An AM moisturizer with SPF 20 because you should always be protecting your skin from the sun, and a PM moisturizer to help your skin stay hydrated and healthy throughout the night. Here's the thing. My favorite part about Tiege Hanley is that every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. They really making the process of achieving and maintaining amazing skin for men uncomplicated. In addition to amazing skin, members of Tiege Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off the retail price, the ability to customize your box, exclusive monthly deals, you can pause and cancel at any time, and you get free shipping. And because Tiege Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an amazing deal, right? Just click the first link in the description and you get 30% off your first box, plus a free gift. It's an amazing deal. You got to get started today. You're not out here trying to look like a dusty. And if you travel as much as I do, which I'm sure most people don't, but you know me, I'm pushing my bag chasers in order to be in the top 5%, top 10%, top 1%. We got to make our lives uncomplicated, and Tiege Hanley is no better product. You got to look good. You got to smell good. And you can't be looking like a dusty. Make sure you get started today. Click the link in the description. Get that Tiege pack. Feel the Tiege, my friends. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels, and it is Friday. Yes, it is Friday, March 15th, 2024, year of our Lord. I don't know why I'm still motivated to say 2023. Years just going by so fast, and so much corruption is happening out here in the United States of America. Hey, I got a question. Are people like on regular bicycles when they doing DoorDash and stuff like that, man? Because I'm telling you, bro, I ordered my stuff a long time ago. And I'm trying to figure out, and I'm looking at them, or looking at whoever this person is, and they keep texting me, oh man, I'm on my way, traffic delayed. I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't even want it no more. You know what I'm saying? After I order it and it don't come through when I want it to do or whatever, I don't even want it no more. Because it ain't even going to be like hot when I finally get it. I don't know what the heck is going on. I'm almost likely to cancel it. I ain't even going to trip about it. What's going on, friends and family? How y'all feel? Yo, I'm blaming your car. And let me tell you why. Because the people on after hours in your car, they told me to push back Stock Club. So I pushed back Stock Club because they had me streaming till almost 3 o'clock in the morning last night. I'm loud? Am I too loud, y'all? Do I need to turn down my audio? Is my audio right? I want to make sure that my audio right. Let me make sure. Let me turn this down a little bit. Maybe I'm too loud. Am I too loud still? Am I too loud? Yo, testing. 1, 2, testing. 1, 2, test. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yo. Test, 1, 2. Am I too loud? Huh. For echo, huh? All right, let's see if we can fix that. Give me a second. I got back. Got the soundboard. Do I still got background noise? I'm good. No. Do I sound better? Is it any better? Is this better for y'all? I got an echo. Oh, let me see. Let me hear myself. Testing, 1, 2. Do I still got background noise? All right, we good. It sound regular. I don't know. I don't see it any different. All right, they say it's better. All right, cool. So we good now. All right, let's get it popping. Thank y'all. This is why this is why it's important for you to interact with the chat. This is why it's important for you to interact with the chat, because the chat is going to keep you honest. They're going to keep you good. I had to adjust the soundboard over here. Some of y'all are familiar with what I got going on over here. You know what? I need to do a Patreon exclusive of my equipment and what I use in order to live stream and the type of cameras I use. I got the soundboard right here, the R20, the Zoom R20. They trolling me? All right, well, hopefully they ain't trolling me. But I'm blaming your car. I'm blaming your car because your car said, hey, I said, hey, do y'all want me to stop live streaming? When we was a little bit before the 2-hour mark, and your car and them said, no, keep going. I said, okay. So I got to push Stock Club back because I'm going to be exhausted and I got to get at least a little bit of sleep. And they said, no, Anton, we want you to keep going. I said, okay. So we're going to push Stock Club back. I updated inside of they try to deliver more than one at a time. We'll get there. I updated it inside of the Patreon. So if y'all not a part of the Patreon, link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Also, shout out to Tiege Hanley, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. I'm going to do it, T. I got you. So as soon as I get back from Tampa, because I got to fly down to Florida tomorrow morning. So I'm going to live stream tonight on After Hours. We're going to fly down to Florida tomorrow. And I got to go take care of some business down there because it's a bag down there for me to get. And I'm going to be back on Sunday, so we not going to switch nothing up. And we going to get it in. All right? Let me say this one last thing before we get our housekeeping in, because it's Friday. I got some freedom. We're going to be rocking out. I rode my bike in today, so I'm not even really driving anymore. Let me say something. Ladies, y'all going to have to come with something better than just saying that y'all bring peace, that y'all do dishes, that y'all can cook to the table. Hear me out. We're going to get into the show. We're going to get it popping. I want to get into this Fani Willis. We got to talk about a lot of different things. When people say, well, Anton, you don't really know what's out here or you don't know what single guys deal with and all of this other stuff. Let me tell you something, bro. I live a life of 10 men. I lived a life of 10 men. I'm out in the streets. I participate. I got my own place. I also am very successfully married. I got a daughter. I run into people all the time. I have conversations. And my chick is on a flight. Like, she already out of town. She been out of town for a couple days now. So she out, with my brother and my sister, and they down there in Florida already. So I'm going to meet them down there tomorrow morning. But I spent a lot of time. I split my time between the suburbs and the city, right? And so when I'm splitting my time between the suburbs and the city, thank God I don't have the type of chick. Shout out to Rita. I got to give Rita her props. Let me give her a round of applause. Thank God I don't have the type of chick to where if you ask her, what do you bring to the table, she will never, ever say, oh, I cook, I clean, or anything like that. And I'm not going to tell you what the answer is, and maybe I'll just save that for a Wednesday night. But she don't say, oh, man, I cook and clean. That's your reasonable service. That's just part of being a good housemate. You know what I'm saying? When is you not supposed to be clean? If you hungry, when wouldn't you cook? And so that's not anything special. But let me tell you why you got to bring more to the table, right? Because me splitting my time has now really, really allowed for me to see what a lot of guys are lacking or they're missing by not having a woman in the house. Now, I understand completely what God says when he says that women are a helpmeet. They are supposed to be a helpmeet. But then if you're a helpmeet, then I need to understand what is it that you're helping me with? Because if you don't add any value based off of where I'm going individually. So I got a chick that now is running an entire different segment of companies. You know what I'm saying? She overseeing it and she's very submissive. She learns what I take and she applies it. She calls me in the morning and say, hey, this is happening, this is happening. This contract is coming over. This payment need to be sent over. We got this coming. This is the latest update with this project that we got happening. This person is late on their payments. We need to extend grace on them. And so she's my eyes and ears. She sees a lot of different things. She's running the development arm of my company and stuff. She's a great mother. It's a lot that goes into it. And I'm not going to say everything that she does, but I'm just going to say she's very much productive, so much so if I wasn't with her, she would still always be mine. So it's no point in her not being up under me. You know what I'm saying? Because I need her. It's even to the point to where in order for me to continue to profit, I've taught her so much. There's no way that I will let her go and then be able to be with another dude to be able to add to his bag. I've already groomed you. I've already made you who you are. I've taught you too much for you to ever add value into another man's life. Let's be clear. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about a woman that is impossible to let go. For all of the stuff that I've taught you, ain't no way in the world I will let you go and be able to add value into another man's life. Listen, forget the sex part. This is Friday, right? Can we get into it? Forget the sex. Forget all of that. That's surface level. That's small-minded, childish, little baby stuff that you're talking about right now. I'm talking about real life grown folk talk. When we talking about a great woman, I'm talking about a woman that you've groomed to be one of the greatest values on the face of this earth. Do you think for 1 second that I would ever let that woman go off and be able to add value into another dude's life based off of stuff that I taught her? The amount of money that I invested in her? Forget taking half. You can't go. You can't go. It's just like a great employee. I hate to say it like that, but from a business perspective, it's just like a great employee, right? When you see this great employee, you like, hey man, listen, my goal is to make sure this person is so productive, because it's much different than dealing with an employee that you got to always figure out, hey, are they doing what they supposed to do? Are they late today? You know what I'm saying? Forget all of that type of employee. I'm talking about a great employee. You give them equity into the company. You give them equity into the company. You make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do. You check on them because they so busy focused on adding value into your life. I taught you too much. You can't. you think I'm about to let that another nigga benefit? Yeah, right. But let's remove the valuable women, right? Let's remove that part of it. I don't care about that. Let's just talk about surface level women, and then we're going to get into the show of what they think that they bring as far as value. You know what I'm saying? You got to come with something way, way, way more different than I cook or I clean or I give sex. So what? You get sex too. You get it the same way that you're giving it. As a matter of fact, I'm the one that's doing all of the work. I'm the one that's doing all of the work. You get it in the same way that you're getting it. And the reason that one of the reasons why this is important is because, you know, I wake up in the morning, house is clean, and I'm talking about the apartment, the one that I'm splitting my time at, that, you know, I have her over sometimes, and sometimes she go back out to the suburbs in order to make sure that she with my daughter and stuff. Yo, I throw the dishes inside of the dishwasher. I throw a load. That's my DoorDash person. I throw a load inside of the washing machine. Throw the pods in. I throw the pod inside of the washing machine. Throw a little bit of the little, you know, the Tide in there, the little things that make it smell good. Take the load that's inside of the washing machine, throw it into the dryer, throw some dryer sheets up in that joint, make it smell good. Make up the bed. Order my DoorDash. Throw the dishes inside of the dishwasher. Jump on my bike and I'm gone. Yeah. Now, what do I need you for? What do I need you for? To throw a load in a washing machine? I can do that myself. It don't take me but a couple minutes to do that. You know what I'm saying? You clean. It never got dirty. The only reason it got dirty is because y'all walking around tearing up the crib and tracking dirt in my crib. What do y'all think that we can't do that y'all doing? That's all I'm asking. What is it that y'all think that we can't do that y'all do so great? That's all I'm wondering. What is it that's so awesome about what y'all put in? Go down to the valet, jump in my car, keep going. What's so awesome about you being here? I spread out in the bed, spread eagle, take up the whole bed, the whole thing. The scent booster. Shout out to C. Langley. I'm just saying, what is it that y'all do that's so awesome that requires us to be able to upend our entire life or then take on your children or any of that type of stuff? I got my own healthcare coverage. I got Roth 401k investments, money. Why do y'all think that y'all so awesome? I'm interacting with the chat. I'm looking at the chat right now because I'm trying to understand, and I'm going to read these super chats shortly. All I'm asking is, what is it that you do that will require a man that is winning? Now, I'm not talking about no dusties. We're not talking about just no basics. I'm talking about a guy that is winning at the top of the totem pole. What value can you bring into this sphere that I don't already have by myself? And we be happy. Going through, looking at the whole city, stopping off, kicking it with people, having a good time, networking, go to the restaurant when you want to, wake up in the middle of the night. Keisha says it's the essence of our presence. I'm all right. I'm going to pass on that. Any more suggestions? I'm good on Essence. It's an Essence Festival down there in what is it, New Orleans? They got the Essence Festival down there. I don't need the Essence. It's the aura of a woman that shifts the room. Last time I checked, the room is the same size when you was there and when you left. I'm telling you, I don't need no auras. I'm good on the aura. Is it anything else? Ladies, y'all got to tell me. Miss Jennifer said ego boosting. And I know I'm messing around, but I'm just saying, what else do y'all got? And it's a nice to, don't get me wrong, it's a nice to have agreeableness. I agree with myself. Listen, I don't have no disagreements when I'm in there by myself. There's no disagreements with anybody in there by myself. I got Netflix. I got my computer. Have y'all seen my dishes? My dishes are bronze. They got bronze handles. I got all of the water that I want and the strawberries inside of the refrigerator. Instacart came and they gave me a new delivery of you know what I'm saying? Like I got everything. What stroke of the ego? Interesting. Y'all gotta give me something else. Y'all gotta hey, what's going on? You can come in. There you go. No, you cool, baby. What happened? What was wrong?
Traffic, and then you got the same last name as another order, so I'm like, I'm going down that way because my other order's like right down the street from you too. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, that's me. Thank you. Yeah, that's me. Thank you. I appreciate you.
No problem. Sorry for that.
Have a good one. Let me show y'all something. Look. I don't even want this shit. Look at my hot chocolate, family. Look at my hot chocolate and shit. Hold on. Let me turn the camera down so y'all can actually see this shit. Yo, this shit is all over the place, man. I mean, I ain't mean to say S word. I know it's church time, but let me show y'all this, bro. Look at the amount of hot chocolate. I don't know if y'all can see that. Man, let me address the tint. Maybe I can adjust the tint or something. I don't know. Brightness. Look at the amount of hot chocolate all over this. You see all of this? It's all over the top of the cup. Look at the amount of hot chocolate that's all over the top of the cup, bro. It's spilled all over it. Look at this. You see this? This is egregious. Man, I'm not drinking that. Women, boy. Whenever I have a male DoorDasher, he be on time, on top of it. Last name ain't messed up. Ladies, y'all got to do better. Honestly, y'all genuinely got to do better. I don't want this. Get this out of my face. And I tip big. I tipped $30. And I gave her an extra $5 just for coming in, bro. I'm not drinking it. Y'all ready to get started with the show? Let me acknowledge the Cash Appers first because I appreciate y'all. It's going to be an interesting day, huh? I see. Millionaire Morning Show is different than any other show that's on the face of this earth. I tell you that. First and foremost, I want to say I appreciate my dog Clay. Shout out to Clay Black, says from King Make Music. Clay Black said, I got a ball for you. I'm not eating none of that. I ain't eating none of that. That junk is for the birds. Mike That Dude is in the building. Shout out to Mike That Dude. Poppy Weasel. I think I already explained it a little bit before we even got into the show. Allie Collins says, for our Love Stock Club, keep them coming. Shout out to Allie Collins. And then my dog Michael says, for the man who never sleeps, you're doing great work. Shout out to my people on there. And let me read some of the super chats and we're going to get it popping with the show. Prince L.E.N. says, good morning, Mr. Daniels. I need to clarify one of my super chats from yesterday in two parts. I was attempting to say that there are people who write or report the news factually without agendas. All right, I hear that. And then he goes on to say, and there are activists mostly in the mainstream media who create false narratives as news to lie to the public for political gains. I 100% agree exactly with what you're saying. I agree 100%. Thank you, Prince L.E.N. That's true. Purple Haze says 80 DoorDash tries to deliver more than one order at a time. I see. That's what she said. It was a person that had your last name. Man, just throw the whole thing away, bro. Latrell M says, I got this for you. Thank you, Latrell, for supporting the platform. P. Shank says, good morning, Mr. Anton Daniels. I'm ready to enjoy the Millionaire Morning Show. We going to have fun, P. Shank. I can tell you that today. It's going to be a fun show. I got something planned for y'all. Wealth Building Journey says, Rita is a Proverbs 31 woman. Salute to you, Time. Thank you, my friend. Time Out came through with the 10 ball. Shout out to Time Out. No Hood Rats Allowed featuring Goth Batty says, I'm a pillow princess. You must do all the work. Yeah, we going to tear that pillow down, too. By the time that you get done with that pillow, it's going to have your eyebrows all everywhere. Yeah, I'm a pillow princess, you all right. I got something for you. See, when I get done with you, you're going to want to have been in control because you're going to walk different when I get done. Jay Hunter Lee says, Brother AD, good to see you. Have you ever thought about bringing Pastor Gino Jennings to the show? He be firing at all of the fake celeb pastors. I thought about it. I'm going to reach out to him and see what he's talking about. He might want to come home. He might not. Who knows? Time Out says, give her grace, Anton. She was having a bad day. I gave her extra $5. She got a $35 tip. A $35 tip for breakfast. My order wasn't even but $22. We in here. Shout out to my dog, Chris James, in the building. Shout out to Chris James. My dog, Chris James, always holding down the platform. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you. Absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Y'all ready to get it popping? I'm going to be reading super chats throughout the show. Greatest platform on earth. Again, make sure y'all tap into that Tiege Hanley, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. And then on top of that, make sure that you guys tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Wendell Kilgore says, good morning, AD. Fire show last night. Hey, man, if y'all not a part of After Hours, I didn't cancel Stock Club. The people voted and said, Anton, we need to move Stock Club. I didn't cancel it. It's still there. Lester's, what you talking about? Shout out to Wendell. If y'all not a part of the Anton Daniels, the whole conglomerate, After Hours, Patreon, Millionaire Morning Show, Anton Daniels, Room 9 is coming. Yeah, man. Let's get it popping. All right, let's go ahead and get started with the show, y'all. Hold on. Wait. Before I get into that, look. For me, and I'm going to give myself a round of applause right now. I absolutely, positively grind. I am on top of things, and I never miss. And if I ever even have to push stuff back, I over-deliver. Y'all can't in no way, shape, or form be sitting here telling me that y'all need to complain or bring me to the front of the congregation for pushing something back. For as much as I push and keep y'all in the house and keep y'all entertained and bring y'all doing all of this work and clips and vlogging and Stock Club and insight and information, come on, stop it. It ain't nobody on the internet that you get more value from. People be out here on vacation. They be doing their thing, man. I don't go nowhere unless I can kick it with y'all. I move my whole schedule around making sure that I add value into your life. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Ain't no front of the congregation for me. Because I push. No matter what. Sleep deprived. I make sure that I'll be streaming on Saturdays. Come on, man. I'll be making up shows when I don't feel like I add enough value to you for your week. I go on a Millionaire More show on a Saturday and all of that. Come on. Really? Stop. Don't do that. And I'm just being for real. It's Thursday night, Friday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Saturday night, every single morning. What the hell, y'all? I'll be pushing meetings back at work. Come on, man. We gonna run it up. Elaine, I appreciate you, Elaine. Elaine says, hey, D, I love your show. You are new for me. Have you checked out the 60 Days in Sheriff from Cook County, Illinois? It's getting thick for him and his bunch. Corruption to the... No, send that to me. AntonDaniels413@gmail.com. Make sure you send that to me, Elaine. My girl Messi says, shout out to Anton Truman. Much love. Oh, man. Y'all showing Time Dog love on a Friday. Love in this club. Always got the chasers first. Y'all get all of the stuff. Tune into the best morning show in the world, Top Flight of the World. Shout out to my people. I appreciate y'all. Let's get started. We got to start off with Quick Hits, ladies and gentlemen. Quick Hits is a segment of the show that we don't necessarily think we need to dedicate entire segments to it, but we definitely want to keep you guys up to date on what's going on out here in these streets. In Brooklyn, there was a man shot in the head on a train. Check it out.
All of this happening after police say a fight broke out on board an A
train
in Brooklyn just before the start of today's afternoon rush.
All right, this latest act of shocking subway violence coming just a week after Governor Hochul deployed the National Guard and state police into stations. Fox 5's Kendall Green live in downtown Brooklyn with the latest tonight. Kendall.
Hey, good evening, Steve. Natasha. Police are calling the 36-year-old the aggressor and the victim after he displayed multiple weapons during a fight. And apparently that fight led to him being shot by his own gun, according to police. A rush hour shooting in the subway, the latest example of violence leaving commuters horrified Thursday.
Two men were fighting and a guy in a yellow jacket shot the other guy and he just went down.
Police say the shooting happened around 4:45, just moments before a northbound aid train pulled into the Skimmerhorn and Hoyt subway station in downtown Brooklyn. This witness was trapped on that train car just feet away from the shots.
A guy come in the train and he started arguing with another guy. All I know, they start fighting and he pulled out a gun and shot somebody.
Police say witnesses tell them the 36-year-old man who was shot was aggressive and provocative and confronted a 32-year-old man on the train.
The 36-year-old at one point displayed either a knife or a razor blade toward the 32-year-old.
That triggered even more fighting between the men.
During this physical confrontation, that gun, we believe, was removed from the 36-year-old by the 32-year-old, and the 32-year-old fired multiple shots, striking the 36-year-old.
Multiple police officers already at the station heard several gunshots. MTA officials clearly frustrated.
When you bring a gun on the train and you start a fight, it's not right.
Terrified commuters had to duck for cover as those shots rang out.
People were anxious because there was nowhere to run. On one side were NYPD covering the stairs, and on the other side was the tunnel and the train tracks. So there was nowhere to go. People were becoming frantic.
I don't know what to say. It's like scary.
Do you take the subway?
All the time, right there. I live on the next block.
Now, that 32-year-old is here at the transit precinct inside the subway station. He's being questioned by detectives. So far, it remains unclear if he's going to face any charges. That's later.
So, let's put this in perspective because I've been keeping y'all up to date of what's happening in New York and the subways in general, right? And they've deployed the National Guard and additional police officers into the subway system. And people are still getting knifed and killed and shot on the subway in New York. They got the National Guard there. And remember when I played the video and they was getting the sentiment of the people as far as how they felt about the National Guard being there, and it was like, oh no, it's overkill. It's the perception of it's dangerous and stuff. Okay, now what? Shout out to Leslie Aaron listening at 35,000 feet. Where you going, girl? They have the National Guard. You're not getting away. The National Guard, spot checking, making sure the people is there that's supposed to be there and all of that, right? And y'all still out there wilding out in New York City. All of the cameras, National Guard, technology, and all of that. Man, y'all wild. Y'all some wild boys over there. Some wild boys. All right, in addition to that, the Metro bus murderer. I think this is over in St. Louis, if I'm not mistaken, but we'll find out. Do you know that this guy, they say that he was the murderer because somebody looked at him wrong? Y'all got to be wary of these dudes that got purple lips and one eye is bigger than the other one, y'all.
Tonight, we are learning more about the innocent people murdered while riding a Metro bus in North County.
The suspect we know is behind bars tonight, but with his long rap sheet, loved ones are now asking why he was out on the street.
What's up,
Alexis
Gary?
Odos digs into his past and hears from family of one of the victims tonight. Alexis?
Corey, Sam, the suspect, Anthony Frazier, is being held without bond tonight, but he currently has several open cases awaiting trial, spanning from St. Louis County to St. Charles County to Franklin County.
I want the world to know that Jaron was full of love.
34-year-old Jaron Jackson Craig was leaving work when he was shot and killed while riding a Metro bus Monday afternoon.
He was on his way home. Going to work, it took 3 buses to get to work.
He lived with his grandmother in Olivet.
He brought coffee up that morning, and he said, Grandma, I'm getting ready to go. And he hugged me. He said, I'll see you this evening. And that was the last I heard of him.
Around 2:30 Monday, investigators say this man, Anthony Frazier, while in a stolen car, stopped in front of a Metro bus in Berkeley. According to police, he started firing shots into the bus.
They said he was on the right in the back, and the bullet that hit him was the one that ricocheted, came through the window.
We're told Frazier then got onto the bus and shot the second victim, Jorge Andres Cantor Pinzon.
He had seen the victim earlier and felt like he had disrespected him by staring at him the wrong way, and unfortunately, tragically decided to use a weapon instead of moving on about his day.
Let's stop there for a second. He was driving in a stolen car. He stops in front of the bus. He started going up in there and he hitting people. And it all started because apparently he had an interaction where he felt like somebody ice grilled him or looked at him the wrong way. Listen. Y'all, do y'all hear what I'm saying? Are y'all hearing the words that's coming out of my mouth? He looked at him the wrong way. And y'all be sitting here thinking I'm crazy because I'm a person that likes to avoid confrontation, or I'm okay with saying, oh man, my bad, you all right? You good? Even if I don't feel like it's my fault. Or I look over there and I see a bunch of people over there that I don't think that looks savory. And then I use my context clues and I say, you know what? I'm not even going to go over in that direction. He looked at him the wrong way. Now you got innocent people that was riding the bus to get home from work, and they never get back to their grandmothers or their family or anything like that. Just take a whole life. You have lived your whole life. And the sum total of it was because somebody looked at you wrong. They ain't say nothing wrong. They ain't do nothing wrong. They didn't hit you. They didn't do none of that. And y'all be out here talking tough, talking about, yeah, man, I wish a dude would disrespect me. I got to stand up. Look, for me personally, and I understand that everybody look at life differently, I want to get home. I want to go home to my family. I want to go home to my family. I'm never, ever, ever going to see you again. I just don't have enough ego. I don't have enough ego to just be tough like that. I don't. I want to get to my daughter. I want to get to my chick. I want to get to my family. I would like to come and talk to y'all on the Millionaire Morning Show. Y'all got me scared to even look at somebody now. Be like, I'm Stevie Wonder. I'm Stevie Wonder out in these streets. I looked at you wrong? And that caused you to take my life and take other people's life and hit people on the bus? It's crazy.
But the big question is, why was Frazier out on the street in the first place? Right now, he has active warrants for ongoing criminal theft cases from St. Peter's to Sunset Hills to Frontenac to Chesterfield to Town and Country, with multiple court documents calling him a danger to the community.
Shouldn't have been out, period.
First Alert 4 found Frazier's criminal history dates back to 2006. Repeatedly, he received shortened sentences, probation, or drug treatment programs from various judges.
This was a heinous and vile act. It is something that is very discouraging, not only for our mode of transportation, but our entire region.
So the Major Case Squad was actually able to solve this case within less than 24 hours, and they credit that in large part to the surveillance video that captured the suspect on that Metro bus. Metro security saying that robust camera system across their buses and trains is a large part of their way of keeping the community safe.
But here's the thing. We can throw in all of the cameras and stuff that you want, but it doesn't prevent people from culturally crashing out. And then the system continues to let them out. And then we got to deal with the foolishness because a guy with a crooked eye decided that he wanted to take your life because you was looking wrong. Also, new details in the murder of Mohagany Jackson.
Tonight, new details in the death of Mohagany Jackson. 6 of the 8 suspects in court today. Thank you so much for joining us here at 6. I'm Brittany Decker.
I'm Guy Rawlings. We've been following the Mohagany Jackson case. WVTM 13's Aaron Llewellyn live and local in Birmingham tonight outside the Jefferson County Courthouse. A lot of the details too gruesome to talk about, Aaron.
Yeah, Guy, Brittany, the hearing today lasted for about 3 hours, and the legal teams went through the details of what led up to Mohagany Jackson's death and even uncovered some new details about her final moments, and some of it was too unbearable for her family to hear. Now, today we know that the defense attorneys claim that Jackson was at one of the suspects' house, Brandon Pope, and questioned him about a gun that she says was stolen and money that was also stolen from her purse at some point throughout the day. She even made him strip to prove he didn't have it. Now, Pope told Harris to do something to her because she made him strip. Now, the detectives working the case say Jackson was assaulted multiple times throughout the time she was being held against her will. Now, both Jackson and some of the suspects' families were in the courtroom today for the detailed hearing, some of it becoming emotional. Now, District Attorney Danny Carr says her family might be disappointed some of the charges were reduced or thrown out, but they are one step closer to justice.
They understand the circumstances, but they also appreciate what we have in front of us, and they understand that this is a marathon and not a sprint. There's still a lot of work ahead of us, and we'll be there with them every step of the way and make sure that there's accountability.
Now, later in the day before Jackson died, she was put in Harris's car, and he, Pope, and McDowell took her to clean Harris's car out. Even though the defense claims Harris said they were taking her back to her house, that's when Harris is accused of pulling the trigger and shooting Jackson in the back of the head. Now, District Attorney Danny Carr calls this one of the most gruesome murders he's ever seen.
Look at these monsters. Do y'all see them? A lot of y'all may not be familiar with what happened to Mohagany Jackson. So let me bring you guys up to date, because I just want to make sure that y'all understand what we're dealing with here. That's all I want to do. I just want to make sure that you're familiar with what's going on. They say she knew she was going to die, and she was tortured over a stolen gun, abducted and tortured over a stolen gun. Here's some of the details of what they're saying. And it was recorded. Shot in the back of the head. We already know that, right? She was a 20-year-old mother of a 3-year-old daughter. Physical and sexual attacks, mostly recorded. And it was so gruesome, and she knew that she was going to die, that she basically used the bathroom on herself and had a bowel movement on the floor before it happened. She was ordered to shower, but they say that she knew what was about to happen to her, and that's why she did it. 8 suspects charged, ranging from 26 all the way down to 18. All right. Pistol whipped her. This is just bad, bro. The suspects discovered by looking at her phone that she had messaged family members saying she was being held hostage and sent the location. That's when the shooter said she ain't going nowhere. Judge found probable cause to send a capital murder here during the kidnapping charge. It's just so bad, bro. It's so bad. Basically put her in the back of the car, shot her in the head, and apparently they had physically had been assaulting her during the time that she was kidnapped. This is insane, bro. At some point, the attacks on Jackson, one of the videos taken outside Pope's house showed Lewis and McCall stomping and spitting on her. At one point, Lewis was straddling Jackson while punching her in the head. Throughout the assault at Pope's house, Jackson was stripped, kicked, punched, spat on, and dragged by her hair to a vehicle. McCall was seen on the video yelling for somebody to pop the trunk. Then they was moved to the Serenity Apartments where Lewis and McCall were roommates. 4 more videos were recorded there. Jackson was then shown being forced to perform oral sex on one of the defendants, on Blair Green, Lewis, and McCall. And they were holding her at gunpoint, forcing her to do the act. Oh, my God. Lewis was holding the back of Jackson's head, and McCall was holding the gun and recording the assault. The detective testified Wednesday that Jackson was told to hurry up because she had another one to perform on. He said one of the suspects pulled down her pants and tried to have one of them rape her because she was in handcuffs. He said he was also present and urging on the sexual assault, saying Jackson better do it right. Green said he received several videos on Wednesday, just hours before the hearing. One of them showed Jackson in handcuffs being forced in the bathroom at gunpoint, told to clean herself up. That was when she apparently defecated on herself. As everyone was preparing to leave the apartment, Green said McCall and Lewis said to Jackson, well, she's not leaving here. When Jackson was taken from the apartment, she was with Harris, Pope, and McDowell. Pope told the police he was driving Harris's Chevy Malibu and was told they were going to Dead Man's Road to clean trash out of Harris's car before taking her home. Both Pope and McDowell said they, including Jackson, were cleaning trash out of Harris's vehicle when Harris walked up behind Jackson and shot her in the back of the head. Green said when Jackson's body was found, she was near Woods Line with the gunshot to the back of her head, bleeding on a rock. 2 mattresses had been placed on top of her. Jesus Christ. Good God. Unreal, bro. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Since I've been in this office, I've had some, yes. Some of y'all may be, I was young too at the time, but the Thanksgiving homicide at the Airport Inn Hotel where 3 people were brutally murdered in the Airport Inn Hotel on Thanksgiving morning. I actually handled that case and tried it myself. That was a very brutal case. This one, unlike that one, the brutality kind of played itself out in real time because it's video. There's a video involved.
Now, this case is still being investigated, so new details could emerge in the coming days. And the things that are still being investigated are rape kits and ballistic results. Now, the 2 other suspects in this case are expected to be back in court for the same hearing on Monday. For now,
I don't even know why we locking these people up. Realistically, I have no clue why we even locking these people up. There are no words for how evil people are. And these people are all in their teens and their early 20s. In their teens and early 20s. Kyra Netta says, may she rest in peace and get justice. Ain't no justice in this. Is no way they'll really ever be able to get justice from this. It's no justice. What? Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to keep y'all aware of what's happening out here. Ladies, it's not safe out here. This ain't no place for women to just be out here roaming around talking about they boss chicks. It's not safe. I'm telling you, it's not safe out here. That's your quick hits. Let me read some of the super chats and then we're going to get into Fani Willis. Rod Jones says, AD, what hours do you actually work your job? Well, the way that this works is most of the time for corporate America is meetings for me, right? So I block off time to be able to do what I got to do for the Millionaire Morning Show. And then the rest of the days is meetings. And then I actually do work for corporate America outside of work hours in order to make sure that I get everything done. So I'm always proactive, right? So by the time we get into the meeting the next day, we already ahead of schedule, and I'm already, you know what I'm saying, I'm talking about stuff that's already we're planning for instead of the stuff that's already done because our deliverables is already together, right? My biggest problem is just visibility and continuing to be available when a ping me a lot of times, but they already know. You know what I'm saying? My deliverables is always going to be great. Everything that I execute on is going to be awesome. So, you know, I kind of operate when I operate, and then the meetings is just a formality. So corporate America, you just kind of got to move a little bit differently. They know that I be up late at night and stuff like that. So that's a really good question, though. Shout out to you. David Williams says, Anton, be careful with Gino. He'll mess around and call you out for your other channels. I don't care. What is he, the boogeyman now or something? Just because you disagree don't mean that I have to, that means anything to me. I mean, listen, I heard, from what I've seen, he's a great guy, but he can call me out for what he want to call me out, and he going to get called back out. Listen, you meet with this, you going to get met with the same energy that you meet me with. If you good people, then you good people. If it's going to be on that other side, if it's going to go that other way, then it can go that other way too. Shout out to you. I ain't got to be careful. What you mean? What you think, that I'm going to censor my channels all of a sudden because somebody is going to come on a platform if I decide to invite them? And what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown man out here in these streets. Kung Fu Hustler says these so-called gangsters be the most feminine, emotional. Just be ready to crash out at the slightest switch. Tread lightly with these types for your own safety. And that's the thing. A lot of these people be like, oh man, it's tough. People, you know, we can scrap. Ain't nobody scrapping. Everybody's strapped, including me. 100% of the time, strapped to the T. Hamza says, Anton, how are you so driven and focused with all of the things you do? It's like you never miss a beat, and I won't miss a beat. Because I love what I do, and I'm dedicated, and this is just what I'm going to do in everything. I'm not going to do it unless I'm going to over-deliver. Everything I do, I'm going to over-deliver. Alvin S. says, good morning, AD. Lady Reed and the Chasers. Baby Alvin Adil S. arrived on Thursday, 3/14 at 2 p.m., 6 pounds, 18.5 inches long. Mom doing well. IDL is found in the Old Testament. In Hebrew, it means ornament of God. We love the kids over here. Congratulations. God bless you. Good health and long life. And all prosperity to you. God bless you. You're right, Big Tank. I ain't shoot. Why would I want to shoot anything? You see how ignorant this is? Hold on. Before I get to you, little black chair, let me read this super chat really quick. I want to show you the ignorance. The ignorance. Big Tank says, yo, you strapped, Anton, but you ain't shooting, ish. Of course I'm not shooting nothing. It's for self-defense. I pray to God that I never, ever, ever have to show anything or pull it out in the first place. This is a last resort. If you've ever been to the gun classes, which I have, they say that, hey, you want to flee, you want to prevent yourself from ever getting in that situation, try to be completely removed from it. You the ignorant one. You the dummy. You the dummy. Thank you for telling us what I ain't doing and making yourself look like a dummy. Of course I ain't shooting nothing. Why would I ever want to shoot anything? I love life. I love people. I want people to live a long life. You an idiot. Black Silverchair says, I knew that they would have dreadlocks in Nigeria and parts of Africa. Dreadlocks are seen as a sign of lunacy. Dreadlocks isn't black history. Travis Reeves in the building says, After Hours AD came out when this order was messy. Shout out to Travis Reeves. Jawan Hart says, those dudes that need that Unit 731 treatment, if you know, you know. Shout out to you, Jawan Hart. I appreciate you. Also want to give an acknowledgement to, give me a second. Frank White. Shout out to Frank White on Cash App. I appreciate you, Frank. Says you joining the Chasers soon. All right, we waiting for you. Brian Hunter is in the building on Cash App. I appreciate you, Brian Hunter, for holding me down. And my dog, Michael, for the man that never sleeps, you doing great work. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you. All right, let's continue. Y'all ready? Let's get into this Fani Willis. We're going to go ahead and speed up the show now. Fani, this morning, a judge finally ruled. Now, I can't even lie. I'm not surprised, but I wasn't expecting it. I'm not surprised, but I wasn't expecting this. Before I give into my thoughts, Let me bring y'all up to speed, and I'm going to reference two different clips from two different sides of the coin so that you guys can get it, the entirety of what's going on with this Fani Willis situation.
You guys, good morning, everybody. The news is in, according to a report in Atlanta, Georgia. The AJC, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, now giving word what the judge has decided. Apparently, Fani Willis can decide for her own if she wants to stay or leave the case and take Nathan Wade with her. So
hold on. What do you think she gonna do? So listen, she can determine if she wants to stay on the case or if she wants to let Nathan Wade, who has zero experience in this type of field, to take on this whole situation. What do you think that she gonna do? Before I even get into this, what do you think that Fani Willis is gonna do? Bad attitude Fani, how you think she gonna play it?
we're waiting for more information on this. Welcome to Friday. Dana's got the day off today. I'm Bill Hemmer, live here in New York City with my friend and colleague in tow. Here we go. It's going to be a ride.
It certainly is. We're getting some very big news this morning. So good morning, everybody. I'm Martha McCallum, and this, of course, is America's Newsroom. We understand, as you just pointed out, Bill, that this decision is in. Judge McAfee said he would give himself a 2-week deadline.
Right.
That landed on today. So we have all come to know this judge a little bit over the course of the last couple of months.
Corruption all the way across the board. Corruption.
His name is Scott McAfee. He did decide today, and he gave himself that 2-week deadline, as I mentioned. And the decision that he has had to make is whether to disqualify the Fulton County DA, Fani Willis, in response to allegations that she was dating her lead prosecutor when she hired him. And the accusation is that that was part of a motivation for hiring him, and that then the two took some rather fancy vacations together, and that they may have benefited financially from this business arrangement, which it was alleged she created for that purpose.
So, Don,
let's be objective here, because I know that Eric is in the chat, and so Eric is being very, very disgraceful to the justice system, right? Very disingenuous and disgraceful to the justice system, because this isn't even a case of whether or not Trump is guilty or not. Like, we haven't even gotten to that point. This has nothing to do with whether or not he's guilty or not. This has everything to do with the people that is doing this in the first place. This has nothing to do with whether he's guilty or not, because we haven't even gotten to the case itself. This has everything to do with the fact that we know for a fact, based off of all of the evidence that's being submitted and the people that's on testimony and trial, when the relationship started, who was busting who down, who was spending the night over wherever they was, they geolocation, they text messages. Bro, if this is not a slam dunk to understand who's actually benefiting from this, I don't know what is. If this is not the worst situation that I've ever experienced in my entire life, and that we clearly see that there's financial gain that comes along with the idea of being in a relationship that you should have not been in the first place. When this first came out and they said, hey man, his divorce proceedings is sealed, I knew it was wicked. I knew it was wicked. I knew it was corrupt. How do you get your divorce proceedings sealed? I've never heard of that in my entire life. It's so dirty. Oh man, I know. And then they start lying on the stand. Okay, so here's my question. If they could just lie and say whatever they want to say and do what they want to do and use taxpayer dollars in order to do it, even though we got the geolocation, I mean, for God's sakes, we even discovered that Nathan Wade, the Atlanta mayor, actually went over to the White House before they ever filed these charges, and then went up in there and was allegedly meeting with Kamala Harris. And everybody just swept that under the rug. You didn't see CNN reporting on it. You didn't see MSNBC reporting on it. You didn't see ABC reporting on it. Everybody just completely swept that under the rug. We seen Ashley get up on the stand and say, hey, listen, this information is available for everybody. I didn't even have to do anything to go and get it. They sat there inside of the White House for 5 hours for no reason. Nobody asked the question, okay, well, what did they talk about? Why did they go and have to meet at the White House right before they went and filed those charges? And they allegedly, as listed on the based off of the Freedom of Information Act, why would they do that? And see, this is how I know Eric Daniels is not objective. Because let me tell you something. When they brought the justice, what's his name? Clarence Thomas, up and they said, hey, Clarence Thomas has been over there fraternizing with billionaires and they've been paying for us. I called it out. I called it out. I called it out. I said, man, listen, if he out here doing the wrong thing, then it's a bad look and he need to be held accountable for it. I don't want no corrupt politician or anybody that's been in an elected position that's using taxpayer dollars to be in a position of power. Nobody should be in a position of power on behalf of taxpayers getting paid to do stuff when they not above board. What the heck are we talking about? We seen the Atlanta mayor show up to the trial and then give so much support despite the fact that we already had seen all of the evidence to show that she was for the streets. That she had egregiously overpaid a man that was billing for 24 hours at a time. And then he had to come back and revise the statement and say, listen, it wasn't that was the actual hours that I had worked that day, but it was really because, I had to, it was a 24-hour bill based off of work that I previous did that I just submitted it once it got to that amount. And listen, this man made over $700,000. They was over there vacationing, the Caribbean, Belize, California. They had clearly showed that they lied and that the relationship was way more than what they made it out to be. And then she sat on the stand and lied and said, yeah, oh no, I paid him back in all cash. I keep stashes of thousands and thousands of dollars in my house just to be able to pay this guy back for all of the stuff that he paid for. So it was people that was way more experienced, that was greater at what it was that you said that you hired him to do. He had no experience to do it, but he literally made 7 and 8 times the amount of money to do it, all because he was having sex with you when he was busting you down. And we sitting here saying that, oh, no, listen. She can pick and choose whether or not she still want to do it. Where'd they do that at?
Donald Trump's team and his co-defendants say this is all a disqualifying conflict of interest. The case should be thrown out because of it. All these allegations prompting heated testimony. We watched it live. You're going to hear now from one of the first witnesses on behalf of Trump's attorneys. She's now a former friend and former colleague of Fani Willis. She was emphatic. She said she remembered the timeline and she remembered the action when she asked her questions about Nathan Wade.
And do you understand it that their relationship began in 2019 and continued until the last time you spoke with her? Yes.
As it relates. That's her homegirl. Her homegirl with the bad wig was on the Zoom like, yeah, he was busting it down back in 2019. He was busting it down in 2019. I look at that man right now. I look at that guy right there and I said, man, look at this dude. Look, this guy was busting it. He took one for the team so he can get to the bag. He took one for the team so he can get to the bag. He sat up there and he lied on the stand. He lied on the stand.
To having the 2022 relationship with District Attorney Willis, I'm going to say, because my marriage was irretrievably broken, I was free to have a relationship.
You've been intrusive into people's personal lives. You're confused. You think I'm on trial. These people are on trial for trying to steal an election in 2020. I'm not on trial, no matter how hard you try to put me on trial. I don't need anything from a man. A man is not a plan. A man is a companion.
Well, that is just a slice of what we got from the DA, Fani Willis, in Georgia through the course of all of this. We've got analysis from former federal prosecutor Andrew Cherkasky. But first, let's go to Jonathan Seri, who's been covering this case all along in Atlanta. Big morning, Jonathan.
Yeah, very big morning. The story is unfolding as we speak. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution is reporting that Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis has been ordered to either step aside or she has to cut ties with her special prosecutor in the case, Nathan.
You talking about from the judge that actually donated to the campaign? This stinks to the high heavens. This stinks all the way across the board. We are disgusting. We are absolutely disgusting, bro.
Wade before the case can go to trial. Attorneys for former President Trump and several of his associates had asked the judge to disqualify the DA from prosecuting the case. They argue Willis's romantic relationship with prosecutor Wade creates a conflict of interest. Willis and Wade have testified under oath the relationship began after Willis hired him, but Willis also faces challenges outside the courtroom. Take a listen.
The biggest risks that Fani Willis has are political in nature. She has an election coming up, which is now contested both in the primary and in the general election.
Oh, she got an election coming up. Ain't that weird? Hey guys, listen, she got an election coming up. Listen, the way that this is going and how this is playing out, I wouldn't be surprised if she got reelected. I would not be surprised if she got reelected back into the position. I have no confidence in anybody in Georgia at this point. Zero confidence in the system or the people in Georgia at this point. You guys are disrespectful, evil. If the people don't get her up out of there, if y'all let this woman, after everything that we just seen happen, play out, sit up there and still be on the stand and be able to determine what's happening and getting paid by your tax dollars, I have nothing to say to y'all. Georgia, y'all got work to do. Get on it. Let me look at this from a completely different news source, NBC News.
Danny, let's just break this down again. The judge giving Fani Willis a decision, basically saying your entire team can leave this case or you can push Nathan Wade off of the case. Of course, her former partner and at the center of these allegations. Talk about the implications of the judge's ruling here, Danny.
And McAfee is given...
I don't want to hear nobody else say that the system is against black people. I don't want to hear anybody else say that the system is against. Oh no, it's systematically against you. And women are the least protected group out here in these streets. Man, let me tell you something. We just seen this junk roll all the way up to the White House. Collusion, AKAs working together, payola, using taxpayer dollars, busting it down for a real one, divorces, cheating, adultery. You got a whole novel. We got a whole 8-part Netflix series right here, right now. You know who all lost? All of the white people. Every white person that was getting prosecuted, that lawyers, all of the black people won this. They got paid, they got money, they met up at the White House, they got power, they worked together, they squeezed the judge, and they all gonna get reelected. The mayor, black. Nathan Wade, black. Fani Willis, black woman. Kamala Harris, black woman. Everybody got paid, everybody got money, everybody got to the bag, and everybody could continue to do what they want. I don't want to hear nothing about white people versus black people no more. Throw it away. Throw it away. I don't want to hear nothing else about systematic injustice or the fact that black people can't be racist because they have no power. Hey, black people, they can't be racist because they have no power to determine what's happening to somebody else. Bull crap. Bull crap. You can miss me with that statement from now on.
DA's office a Hobson's choice, which is to say there is no choice at all. Either the entire office is disqualified or one special prosecutor, Nathan Wade, must leave. The choice is clear. The DA's office will stay on the case. Nathan Wade is all but gone from the case. So the top line summary could be defense motion granted, but barely. The only net effect is that they've removed Nathan Wade, but procedurally they have caused considerable delay. And while the judge has allowed the DA's office to stay on the case. It was hardly a glowing endorsement of the DA's conduct. Among other things, the judge said the DA was willing to conceal her relationship with Wade and called the entire prosecution as having an odor of mendacity. So hardly an endorsement of the DA's conduct here, but the DA's office stays on. Interesting to note that had the judge found an actual conflict, disqualification would have been mandated, but he also concluded that where there was only an appearance of impropriety, which he found in this case, disqualification was not mandated. So the net effect will be the DA's office stays on the case.
So the only thing that happens here is everybody got money, everybody got rich, everybody did their thing, and the only person that loses, that didn't even lose because he the one that made all of the money, is Nathan Wade, which he wasn't probably even going to be on it anymore anyway because he no longer busting them down for a real one. The only person that gets removed, listen, after all of the testimony and the research and the geolocation and uncovering all of the behind the scenes dirtiness, and Terrence Bradley was over there trying to bust it down for a real one, and he wound up, man, listen, they even practically admitted to tax fraud. Nathan Wade was on there and said, hey man, I'll use my business account for everything, even the stuff that's just personal, and then I'm gonna talk to my CPA and he gonna be able to sort it out for me. They basically even admit, they are running a racket over there in DC and Georgia. They're running a racket in DC and Georgia. And Nathan Wade didn't even lose because he the one that got the bag. He got paid. He the one that cleaned the whole thing up. He got paid. He got a bag. He took trips. He busted down for a real one. And he probably got to meet the Vice President of the United States of America, God willing. And he ran it up. He ran up a bag, bro.
Well, Danny, let's talk a little bit about what we witnessed during this trial and the fact that DA Fani Willis took the stand, essentially bucking the advice of her own counsel, surprising just about everyone. She defended herself. She said there was no financial impropriety. There was no conflict of interest in this case. The judge effectively ruling the defendants did not present sufficient evidence proving their allegations of a conflict of interest. What do you make of her decision to take the stand, that dramatic moment? Did it ultimately help her?
Politically, it likely helped her. But I've said that technically speaking, from an a rules of evidence standpoint, it was not what you would call good testimony, especially by the highest ranking DA in the county. She often didn't answer the question asked, to the point where Judge McAfee warned her at one point, this is the elected DA, that he might have to strike her testimony if she didn't answer questions. But
Look at Eric Daniels. But Anton thinks the case should be dismissed, which is wrong. I preface this whole live stream and this segment of the show by saying that this has nothing to do with the case itself. But see, you're unable to be objective because this is what you do. I didn't even mention anything about the case itself being dismissed at all, but they want to put words in my mouth because they want to be biased and they want to conflate and move the goalposts. But the reality is this: they're dirty. They're dirty. They should not be allowed to be able to stay on the case based off of all of the different testimony and evidence that was presented against them. I don't really understand why y'all can't see that. How come y'all can't put that together? How come y'all really just can't figure that out? Why is that so difficult for y'all to understand? They're dirty. It's been proven that they dirty. Oh my God. But it ain't over. We gonna get to that in a minute. Give me a second. Let me read some of the super chats, man. It's no surprise America is in the handbasket. It's on its way too. God got to be looking down and saying, look at these fools down there. Look at these fools down here. Eric Daniels says, Fani says, hold this L, Trumpers. See? Look at Eric Daniels. He going to vote for her. Probably already donated to her campaign. Daryl Pullen says, Detroit ain't picked this show up to broadcast it. Man, MMS is better than the news, no lie. Interactive and entertaining, but informative. They listen, they all archaic anyway. I'm not sure that they can afford me. Unless they got 30 million, don't even call my phone. Black Silverchair says, if you're going to prosecute a former white president, you better come correct and squeaky clean. There is no recovering from this for Fani. Looks like she's going to probably get reelected. I wouldn't be surprised. Jonathan Wilson says, not only Fani should have been disqualified, but she also should be disbarred for perjury. Daryl Pullins goes on to say, AD, so you're telling me they're going to allow a bunch of liars, lawbreakers to prosecute a case? Man, this is the wildest I ever seen. Apparently not. More to come. Mark Rush says, can't stop Trump. He coming. All you did was secure. I don't know what else he was supposed to say, but I appreciate you. Enforcer 2K9 says, yo, so Amy Udoka lost his job, but Fani is going to get paid by the taxpayers. Mr. Vin says them raggedy ATL ninjas are going to put her back in. I agree. Quick 504 in the building. Shout out to the 504. She will get reelected because single black women in the ATL see her as their shiro. Executive Suite Emily goes on to say, yet again, the least protected and most disrespectful gets to walk away unscathed. She can stay on as long as he leaves. Sounds like welfare to me. I don't want no more reparations talk ever. Bag for Bag says, I might make a Tubi movie about this and get a bag. This is so bad, it's hilarious. And the whole world is seeing it. Ash, shout out to Ash. The condition of being mendacious, untruthfulness, is untruthfulness a lie, a falsehood, the quality state of being mendacious, a habit of lying. And they lie so much that they feel comfortable and they think that it's the truth at this point. Alex Tyson says, if Trump was black and Fani was white, it will be an outrage and protests everywhere. But it's so funny because she still hasn't gotten through unscathed at all. She's being subpoenaed by Congress. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.
Well, we begin tonight. Comply or be held in contempt. That is the threat by the U.S. House Judiciary Committee in a letter to Fulton County DA Fani Willis. Good evening. I'm Russ Spencer in for Tom Haynes.
I'm Courtney Bryant. This letter comes as Republican committee members claim Willis has failed to send documents subpoenaed as they investigate allegations that she mishandled government funds. Fox News' Eric Perry is live outside the Fulton County Courthouse with the latest tonight. Eric?
Yeah, Courtney, Russ, this is also coming as we await a decision by Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee on if Willis will stay on the Fulton County, Georgia.
Hold on. Family. Young boy got me questioning my own sleeves right now. Let me check my sleeves and make sure my junk is sufficiently down. Hold on one second. Let me check my sleeves. Homie got me checking my own sleeves. Yeah, my sleeves are sufficient. Got me pulling my sleeves down. Did you see them sleeves? Where did he get that from? His little sister? Before we get to Fani, I'm just saying, homie got me checking my sleeves, my collars, everything. Jesus Christ. Where did he get that from? Hold on. Let me get back to the show. Got me checking my sleeves out here in these joints. Hold on, let me go back to him. I ain't hear a word he said because that shirt was like, "Hey, help me. What is wrong with this man's sleeves?"
Yeah, Courtney, Russ, this is also coming.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. He got a beater ball. Our street said he got that from Baby Gap. Jesus. Is that the new style? Is the extra medium? Is that the new style to get with an extra medium? Oh man, come on, bro. Timeout said he might be zesty. So no, listen, just because you zesty don't mean that your sleeves are supposed to be small. Where did he get that shirt from? And why you ain't got no undershirt on under that, big dog? Man, you gotta have your wife beater on up under that, man. Can't have no extra medium with the baby gap on. Jesus. Or he might have got it at a time where he was, no, them sleeves ain't never been long enough. Hold on. We supposed to be talking about Congress, subpoena, and Fani Willis. Let's get back to the core issue. What is wrong with these sleeves, bro?
As we await a decision by Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee on if Willis will stay on the Fulton County, Georgia interference election case there. So this is a different investigation out of Washington as this committee is looking into allegations that she mishandled federal funds.
All options are on the table, but I expect her to comply.
U.S. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan says Fulton County lead prosecutor Fani Willis has one last chance to submit documents requested or further action will be taken. The committee is looking into allegations of misuse of federal money during the Georgia election interference case investigation.
On all the communications, we got very little from her when we sent the subpoena, so we want the communications
sleeves,
both internal.
Sleeves is off.
And any communications you may have had with the federal government, particularly the Justice Department, regarding these grant dollars.
In a 3-page letter sent Thursday, the committee acknowledges the DA's office sent what they call a narrow set of documents, but they say it's not enough.
A whistleblower has come forward and says she's not just got this ridiculous lawsuit going, but it looks like she also mismanaged, mishandled, misspent, allegedly misspent federal grant dollars.
Jordan claims Willis fired the whistleblower when they tried to stop the DA's office from using the federal money for other purposes like travel, computers, and swag. The DA denies those claims. The letter gives Willis and her office until noon on March 28th to comply.
Any and all communications.
March 28th. Let's see, it's March 15th. They got 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. She already didn't respond. She already neglected to send over the documentation that breaks down exactly how they spending the monies, the taxpayer monies. You got 2 weeks, Fani. And I'm gonna be watching. I'm watching. I got my Hawkeye on. They giving her an additional 2 weeks to comply. Send over the documentation that shows how you've been spending the money. Or else Congress got to get involved now.
With the Department of Justice relative to the grant, the application and receipt of the money, and then maybe more importantly, internal communications at the Fulton County District Attorney's Office on how they were going to spend that money.
I asked Jordan if this move is politically motivated.
I say Fani Willis's attack on President Trump is politically motivated. I mean, this is a ridiculous action in and of itself. But our focus in Congress is to do oversight of the use of federal funds, particularly funds that are that are coming from the Department of Justice.
Yeah, and back out here live, we have reached out to the district attorney for comment. We're waiting to hear back. They did comment earlier, though, on the termination of that whistleblower. They say they have just cause for that. We are 2 weeks away from...
No. His collar's drunk. His shirt is messed up. And he ironed that, too. This is crazy. Let's go to a different source because I'm not able to focus. This shirt is throwing me off, bro.
Tonight at 11, Fulton County DA Fani Willis is facing a looming deadline. House Republicans in Washington are threatening to hold her in contempt of Congress if she does not produce documents relating to her office's spending of federal funds by March 28th.
11 Alive's Karis Belger joining us now in studio with some insight here from legal experts. So, Karis, what does this all mean?
Well, this stems from a whistleblower complaint alleging Fani Willis misused federal funds. The attorneys I spoke with say lawmakers can investigate, but they will have to be sure they're not overstepping their authority. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis is facing a new deadline in the ongoing investigation into her office's use of federal funds.
The federal government has a right to ensure that federal dollars aren't being misspent or misappropriated, and that's either for personal use or even diverted into another program.
U.S. House Judiciary Chair Representative Jim Jordan issued this letter Thursday, saying Willis's compliance with a previous subpoena was deficient, and her office has until March 28th to produce documents proving her office did not mishandle federal money.
For example, the money was given to prosecute drug crimes that it's not being used to prosecute even homicides, for example. That'd be a misuse of the federal funding.
Willis's office was originally subpoenaed for the documents in February after House Republicans began investigating if Willis used federal funds during her investigation into former President Donald Trump. Former DeKalb County District Attorney Robert James says the outcome should not have any impact on Willis's case against the former president.
But it could be, practically disruptive. Because, if he follows through on the threat and if there is a contempt, there's going to be a hearing.
The allegations were made by a former employee in Willis's office. In the past, Willis has called the allegations false and said, quote, the courts have ruled found no merit to these claims.
Lawyers get involved, potentially even the Department of Justice gets involved, and so it would be a distraction and it could be disruptive ultimately.
So she has until the 28th of this month to comply, to send over all of the documents that basically substantiates that she hasn't been misusing the funds, the federal funds that's been allocated to her to do a certain thing and she's doing otherwise. But I'm starting to think that she a Teflon. Whoever it is that she got in her corner, whoever rocking out with Fani Willis, she just seemed like she protected. She seemed like she in a whole nother league of protection, and then can't nobody do nothing or can't nobody stop her from doing what she want to do. Steve O Speaks says, when you claim blackness, you're blinded to the reality. Skin color over character becomes your reality. I agree with you, Steve O. Jonathan Anderson says, putting in my offerings, AD, you are correct. You put a lot of time in for us. Appreciate you, big bro. Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate you also. Seek the Light says, I hope they lose every case with cell phone data. All future cases using it should be thrown out. Black Silverchair says, Congress needs to subpoena Tiff in the same way. Oh, you want to go over to Tiffany Henyard? I got you. Give me a second. Agreed. Average Joe, 150 says, a little behind today. I'm amazed at the fact that their families showed up to court to defend those monsters. They're not human. How are we creating people like this? No compassion. Who raised them? The culture, rap music. Legendary Ghost says, I got a little shirt for you. T-shirt and my panties on. Eric Daniels says, so Anton, your position is Fani should be removed from the case. Should I go on? I thought you said in a prior show that the case should be thrown out. I do think that the case should be thrown out. But that's completely different from what we're talking about today. Today, we're talking about the judge's ruling with regard to Fani Willis being able to prosecute the case at all. You can't conflate the issues. The issues are two separate. When we talking about what's going on with the case itself versus who's the person prosecuting the case, we're talking about two separate issues. You have to separate it, sir. You got to separate it. Today, we're talking about the judge's ruling with regard to whether or not she should even be on the case in the first place. And I think that you and I can both agree that she shouldn't. Absolutely not. Now, we can debate on whether or not the case against him should be thrown out, but she absolutely positively should not be on the case. And I can't even believe that you're sitting here justifying this, because then it tells me that you're not even objective. It tells me that you're not objective, Eric. I don't believe it. I can't believe it. Ash is in the building. Shout out to Ash. Ash says, AD, Fani is being protected by, I believe so. I believe it 100%. You can't convince me otherwise. By the Biden administration, J6 committee, etc., they want Trump by any means necessary. Oh, okay, I agree with you. Because why else would she be meeting at the White House for 5 hours with the Atlanta mayor? Let's move on. You said you want Tiff, you get Tiff. They say Tiffany Henyard is literally bankrupting the city. They say, but you know what? Hold on. Let's back up for a minute before we get into Tiffany Henyard. Is this actually a blessing for the Trump administration, for everybody that she's prosecuting? Because to be honest with you, now that I'm thinking about it, if she stays on the case, then it's probably worse for the prosecuting attorney and the DA office itself. Otherwise, if they had somebody that they brought into the case to continue to prosecute it, it may be actually worse for Trump, because then they can objectively continue to present the arguments and the evidence that would allow for him to have a fair trial. And then you wouldn't have any questions whatsoever as to whether or not there's an agenda or a motive or anything that's behind it. Is this actually a blessing in disguise to keep her on the case? I just thought about that. Like, maybe it's a good thing that we left it on there. You ordered your Tiege. Shout out to JC Cuts ordering a Tiege. Because the people, the jury, the judge that's hearing this case, they can't unsee what they saw with regard to the woman that's in this. This may actually be a good thing. This may actually be a good thing. I never really thought about that. That just literally hit me right in the head, right then and there. Anyways, neither here nor there. Let's get into Tiffany Henyard, ladies and gentlemen. We can debate that later. Tiffany Henyard, they say that Tiffany Henyard is literally bankrupting the city. Bankrupting the city. Hit a like for the algorithm. If y'all have not already, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat.
And for Dawn tonight, we start with new controversy in Dalton.
Honestly, I didn't want to file a lawsuit against the village, but it didn't sit right not to do anything, and I wanted my story to be heard.
3 more lawsuits now filed against Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard, this time for wrongful termination.
Now, the plaintiffs claim they were retaliated against for not going along with the mayor's demands. Elizabeth Matthews is in Dalton tonight with the latest.
These 3 civil suits were filed in federal court on Wednesday, but this now makes about 40 lawsuits against the mayor, more specifically against the village of Dalton.
It's sad that she had this wonderful platform and she just destroyed everything and anything. She's affected a lot of people's lives and she just doesn't care.
Samisha Williams is one of 3 plaintiffs claiming they were fired illegally by Tiffany Henyard, acting as either mayor of Dalton or Thornton Township supervisor. Williams worked as the director of Dalton's building department from 2019 to 2022.
She didn't want us to process business licenses and permits for certain business owners.
How do you know that? Did she personally talk to you about that, or how did you know it was coming from her?
Yeah, she told me personally, because one business owner in particular, I told her, I said, there's no reason for this business owner not to get his permits. And she said, I don't care, have his lawyer, contact our lawyer.
Henyard.
These people is talking. Okay, so wait a minute. Let's break this down. Not only is whatever is happening, because listen, the little birdie told me, and I'm on top of things. I'm on top of things that it may be a couple charges that's about to get placed on some people. Listen, I'm not at liberty to say anything to anybody about anything. I'm not at liberty to say anything. I just got to stay tuned. I got to stay tuned. Some of my people, you know, they got moles all over in Dalton. Dalton is like, it's like snowfall over there. Dalton is like snowfall. Yeah, man, it's a whole crime syndicate, Tubi movie, no permit issuing, Nino Brown acting like a little birdie told me that it might get a little sticky over in Dalton. Yeah. Don't worry about it. It's the weekend, so we not sure when it's going to be announced. I can't say what I know. The only thing I can do is continue to keep y'all informed of what's happening out here in these streets. Listen, there's moles all in the city. All in the city. They everywhere. All throughout the city. You don't know who's who. But I got to keep my sources private because how else would I be able to get all of the information? Yeah, the people was looking out. The people was looking out. But listen. She's bankrupting. The city is broke. The city is broke. She trying to go 28-0. She trying to go 28-0. And she will bankrupt an entire city in order to maintain power. Why do y'all think that Tiffany is so hell-bent on maintaining power in Dalton? Lawsuits, won't process permits, won't take care of business, got personal vendettas against people. Why would you prevent a business from continuing to be open? Why would you prevent businesses from being open? Why would you be willing to bankrupt the entire city, to risk the entire city itself? Because I think that Dalton at some point is actually going to go bankrupt. If they don't get something together and get it taken care of, I think that Dalton is going to go bankrupt. They already ain't got no money. They already under duress. They already in a deficit. They already don't generate enough tax revenue. She already trying to raise taxes over in Thornton Township. Elaine, you saying this because of that payday. It's the fact that she getting paid.
And she said, I don't care, have his lawyer, contact our lawyer.
Henyard has been accused of corruption, and now federal agents are reportedly investigating. Bert Odelson is Dalton's legislative counsel for the trustees.
I sent a letter today to the Attorney General and to the state's attorney and to our legislators asking for help.
He says the town cannot afford these lawsuits, 4 dozen of them.
She's bankrupting the town. The town doesn't have any money, and it's not going to have any money for a long time.
But he warns there will be more.
A lot of employees are not stepping up, former employees.
Why?
Probably retaliation.
They're nervous.
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
No, I'm not nervous. There's nothing to be nervous about. I'm on the side of right.
Williams' attorney, Matthew Costardo, says he may be filing a few more wrongful termination lawsuits against the village in the coming days. We reached out to the mayor for comment, have not yet heard back.
Everybody is about to get paid. The city is going to go bankrupt. All of the residents of Dalton is tired of being in the news for the wrong reasons. At what point do you actually step down because you realize that you're an incompetent leader? Does incompetent leaders ever realize that they're incompetent and then do the right thing because they know that they're not the right person for the job? We never heard of Dalton before all of this nonsense started happening. At some point, you got to think to yourself, well, wait a minute. Is it because I'm young and I'm a black woman and everybody just against me and you know what I'm saying? They just don't like me. Or is it because you actually an incompetent leader? This is why it's important for us to not play identity politics and elect somebody just because we like them. You actually have to be worthy of, experienced, and good at your job and have the competency to do the job effectively. Otherwise, you're destroying your entire city and town. Competency don't matter. It don't matter whether or not you qualified to do the job. Everybody against you. Even the people that help you get there automatically turn against you. Tiff, the walls is closing in, baby. You know, I like to have these conversations with Tiffany. I like to have these conversations. We're not even going to talk about Uncle Drew. Uncle Drew, he got his own set of problems that he going to be dealing with. Tiff, you help me to sleep well at night. Knowing that even though Fani Willis has the protection of the White House, possibly, and that you know, they have a vested interest, and so they using her like a puppet. You out here by yourself, baby. You out here by yourself. You crashing out by yourself. Why would you want to do this, Tiff? Do the right thing. Put the city back in the hands of the people. Give it back to them. Give us free. Give us free. Put it back in the hands of the people. Don't continue to go out sad. Don't go out like this. Don't do this to the people. Don't mess up their bag. Don't mess up their money. Don't continue to put them in the spotlight with a negative thing. Give us free. Give us free. Why are you doing this, Tiff? Stop it. You bankrupting the city. Let me read a couple of super chats and then we're going to get over to the show. I just want to keep y'all up to date on what's happening with Tiffany. P. Shank says, Mr. Anton Daniels. Anton Daniels. It's not over. I think Fani will be investigated throughout the entire trail because that's not the only skeleton in her closet. Oh, we know that her closet got way more skeletons than that. Eileen says she is the captain of the Ocean Gate. They all gonna ride this ship to the bottom. Captain of the Titanic. Tyrone. You better call Tyrone. Tyrone says, nah, Anton, it's all false. It's all false allegations. Spacer says, we know you was watching Tiff Hendog. Y'all think Tiffany like Hennessy? I don't know if she like Henny or not. Shout out to Black Silverchair says, Tiff is like the biblical Pharaoh. Hard-headed. Hard-hearted. Hard-hearted, baby. Said God hardened. Or his heart was hardened. That's what it says specifically. His heart was hardened. Her heart is being hardened. And she's being more arrogant than she ever been before. Neither here nor there. I want to bring y'all more up to speed of what's going on with this migrant crisis before we get into Charlamagne. Charlamagne said that he absolutely continues to believe in Kamala Harris. He believes in her. He believes in the black community and the culture in Kamala Harris. But before we get to that, let me bring y'all up to speed of what's going on. You know, I got to stay on top of this migrant crisis. Florida's continuing to prepare, and they want to prevent themselves from having an influx of migrants crossing over into their borders.
Also at 11, mass migration concerns. Tonight, Florida politicians, including our Governor Ron DeSantis, are bracing for a possible surge of Haitian refugees packing into boats and arriving on our shores.
The governor announcing today he is sending...
Hold on 1 second. Gene Rogers. Okay, Gene, let's see what you got to say. Anton, if I was your woman today, it would be your last day. Okay, I don't know how to take that. I am a woman, and like Fani, nothing that a man can do for me. I don't have to be groomed, and your ego, no way. Okay. I don't know what that means. I don't really understand what that is. Gene, is that supposed to be like you tough or what? Before we start having this conversation, can you give me a little bit of clarification? It's a lot of run-on sentences. Let me read that again, because maybe, just maybe, my C student is kicking in and I'm not really sure. She says, and this is why I like interacting with the chat. See, y'all don't be thinking that I'm paying attention, but I'll kick it with my people. Anton, if it's Anton, comma, all right? So let's start there. Anton, comma, if I was your woman, what? What do you mean if you was my woman? What do you mean if you was my woman? What does that mean? If I was your woman today, it would be your last day. If I was your woman today, it would be your last day. I am a woman, and like a Fani, nothing that a ma'am, I'm guessing she meant to say man, nothing like a ma'am could do for me. Nothing that a ma'am could do for me. Well, she said it ain't nothing that a man can do for her. All right. Shout out to you, baby girl. I'm scared of you. I'm scared of you. Do you also have a name in somebody's phone as Pistol Grip Pump P? Pistol Grip Pump P? Girl, if you don't get yourself, listen, go walk in the mall. Go and walk in the mall. Get your walk on. We know that the senior citizens like to get their walk on early in the morning. Get your walk on. Make sure you get to bed early. Get that icy hot on them knees. And relax. Just relax. It's the Millionaire Morning Show. This ain't even after hours. You ain't got to trip on me. I ain't even tripping. God bless you. See how I handled that? See how I handled that? I was above board.
Troops here to South Florida. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor is in North Miami with new reaction.
North Miami's mayor is Haitian American. He said that the words of Governor Ron DeSantis resonate in this community, especially after he said that the state faces the possibility of invasion. At this barbershop in North Miami, there's fear for the future of Haitians.
The people leave their house, they don't have any place to stay. That's the reason like people try to leave Haiti to come to the United States.
And concerns over a possible influx of Haitian fear for the future of At this barbershop in North Miami, there's fear for the future of Haitians.
The people leave their house, they don't have any place to stay. That's the reason like people try to leave.
Is that why they call it a Little Haiti? Did y'all know? Is that why? Because of the influx of Haitians that then came over to Miami or came over to South Florida? Is that why they call it Little Haiti?
Leave Haiti to come to the United States.
And concerns over a possible influx of Haitian migrants to South Florida are growing. On Tuesday.
Hold on. If my women from now on, I'm putting my women through obstacle tests or obstacle courses. All women that come in my presence got to be able to walk like this with their clothes on top of their head. If you can't put a clothes basket or some fruit on top of your head inside of a basket and walk like this comfortably without letting it spill, without doing like this, I don't want no woman coming in my house unless she got fruit on top of her head with a basket. Flat out. You see these women over here? I think we should do the fruit basket test from now on. Anybody that come inside of the Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom studios, you're going to get a test. I don't care how far and wide you traveled from. I don't care what's going on. Every single woman that come inside of my studio got to do a head balance test. I want to see you walk from here to here in less than 15 seconds, and I want you to be able to get the balance right. If you ain't got no balance right, you can't come in my studio. You can't sit on my on my couch. Every woman getting a head basket test, and I don't care if you black, you can be white, you getting a head basket test. That's a fact.
Over a possible influx of Haitian migrants to South Florida are growing. On Tuesday, the U.S. Coast Guard intercepted a boat off the coast of the Bahamas. It was filled with 65 Haitians. They were all sent back.
They don't disperse throughout the country.
But Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz says the deteriorating conditions in Haiti may lead to a wave of Haitians making their way to Florida on boats.
What are we doing to prepare for that wave and to ensure that these people are not paroled into the United States as the administration has done with people on the southern border, but instead are repatriated back at the dock at Port-au-Prince?
On Wednesday, Governor Ron DeSantis issued a statement. It says, I have directed the Division of Emergency Management, the Florida State Guard, and state law enforcement agencies to deploy over 250 additional officers and soldiers to the southern coast of Florida to protect our state. He goes on to say, When a state faces the possibility of invasion, it has the right and duty to defend its territory and people.
Invasion? Come on.
Alex Distom is the mayor of North Miami, the city with the highest concentration of Haitian Americans in the nation. He is appalled by the reaction from Washington, D.C. and Tallahassee.
It's a humanitarian crisis. It's almost going to be a civil war. And there are talks. There might be some influx of Haitian coming to the U.S. There's no evasion. If the governor wanted to have a conversation, we are here. I think it would have been best for it to see, what is it that we could do for the Haitian American community.
Wait. What? See, this is what happens. Then you get representation, and then on top of taxation of people that's talking about what can we do for the Haitian community. North Miami mayor right there is saying, listen, Governor DeSantis need to figure out how we can open up our borders. The enemy lies within. The enemy is on American soil already. They already are mayors. They already are governors. They're in positions of power. They cut hair. They business owners. The enemy is already here. Talking about what more can we do to help. What do you mean? They're not from here? Yeah. They already here. Why are we not letting barbecue take care of them? Why barbecue can't participate in this?
Community, for their families and friends, but to put out, this evasion of illegal immigrants, it's not right.
We notice many of these Haitians fear expressing their opinions for apparent retaliation here in the U.S. and Haiti.
Because they not supposed to be here. Let me tell you something.
For apparent...
See that dude right there? And that purple, yellow, and green shirt? It's a strong possibility he ain't got his papers. It's a strong possibility he don't have his papers. You know why they don't feel comfortable saying something? That's why white people are so confident. When white people talk, like, yeah, because I dare you. I dare you. And I'll call the police. And I'll call the association. But see, all of these people that's walking around shucking and jiving and getting delivery food and all of this stuff that ain't got no ID, they ain't saying nothing. You know why? They know they ain't supposed to be here. They know they ain't supposed to be. See, when you confident and when you know you supposed to be there, have y'all ever rode down the street? They say I'm profiling. Yeah, I'm profiling. You don't profile? Anton Daniels? You don't profile? I believe in stop and frisk. I believe in stop and frisk. Let me tell you something. When you got a car, when you driving and you got your insurances paid and your license is good, you ain't got no tickets, you ain't got no warrants, you drive different. You drive different because you just be like, yeah, I ain't tripping off that. Oh, man, the police is behind you. Oh, yeah? Tell them I said, what up? You pull up on the side of the police. When you at the light, you don't wait for the light to be green for the next 5 seconds. You and the police at the light, you just take off. You start doing 3 over, whatever the speed limit is. 4 over, you push it to 5 over the speed limit. You ain't tripping. You just driving. I don't see no police. What you talking about? Oh, yeah? Tell them to pull me over. Let's talk about it. You get mouthy a little bit when you get pulled over and you know you got your stuff. Hey, what's going on? Why'd you stop me again? You know I was heading to work. I can't believe this. But see, when you ain't got no driver's license, it's different. All of a sudden you doing this. You know what that mean? You get a little stiff. Somehow you get stiffer when you're driving because they behind you. You don't turn your head. You just look your eyes up at the rear view mirror. Lord, please don't let me pull me over. I can't go to jail today, God. It's the weekend. I ain't going to be able to get out of jail because I can't see a judge till Monday. I got this warrant. You know my driver's license is suspended. Oh, my God. Lord, please. I can't go to jail. I'm going to lose my job. I just got this job. I just got this job. When is your birthday? Your tag's about to expire. Shit. You got what? You got what on you? Oh, fuck. Please, Lord. Please, God. Please, God. Lord, if you just let me get through this one time, I promise you I'm never going to take a main street again. I'm always going to take side streets. And I'm going to get my life together. And I'm going to do right by my girlfriend. I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to do none of that. I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to get my license. My first paycheck from this job, Lord. Lord, you see my heart. You see I'm trying to do the right thing. Be with me. Turn the music down all of a sudden. Like the music up going to make you drive better. Hey, why is the music going down make you focus differently? Because when you got your license, and listen, you got to understand the correlation, because I'm telling you why these people don't want to talk to the news versus the people that feel comfortable talking to the news. When you got your license, you roll your windows down and you turn your music up a little bit more. You give them the thumbs up. What up? I see you over there. Hey, what's happening? When you get off? Oh, man, that's what's up. Hey, yeah. You kicking it with the police a little differently. When you ain't got your license together or your insurance is messed up, you don't even turn to the right. They right there. They looking at you. You just looking straight. Nah, that's how they know that you're doing it. You got that little drip of sweat that's coming down. And then when the light turn green, you just sitting there at the light like you're not looking directly at the light. He know that you don't want to drive off because you don't want to get ahead of him because you don't want him to get behind you to get your license plate. They are already running your information. Yeah. Send me an extra patrol squad car. I'm going to pull this guy over real quick. Looks like he's driving on an expired license, and he has a warrant out for his arrest for beating up on his baby mama. And he's also has expired tags. Hey, go ahead and get that tow truck on the way. We're going to go ahead and get this car impounded. It's different. I'm telling you, it's different. When you got your stuff together, you walk with confidence. When your bills is paid, when your car's right, your car note is up to date. Oh, hey, man, what? Y'all out there getting your car repo? Man, I pay my car note ahead of time, bro. I'm a bag chaser. I'm a Patreon member. Y'all ever heard of Anton from AntonDaniels.com? I'm a Patreon member. Link is in the description as well as link to the top of the chat. When your bills is paid on time, when everything is paid, and you got food in your refrigerator, everybody having a good time. Your laughs get a little different. They get a little louder. You know how it is. Life is different when you freer. You just drive. You go through the yellow light, you ain't tripping. But when your license ain't right, that light hit. It seemed like every single yellow light hit at the exact wrong time. It's like a millisecond of a time because it's just yellow enough to where you can't stop, but then at the same time, you got to keep going through. But then it's going to hit red right between by the time your last tail light get past that red light. You ran a red light. Every single time that your license is messed up, you hit the light at the exact time that it turned yellow going into red, but you're going too fast to be able to stop. Because if you stop, then you're going to bring too much attention to yourself. And it's like, you can't do that. Got to see it through, my boy. You got to see it through, my boy. Yeah. Rolling your windows down because your tint is too dark. Keep taking a long way to work. Trying to blend in with the traffic. Seem like the cop always can point you out even though you right in the middle of the traffic. The nigga with the confidence, he driving through and he just bumping his music and he just riding and he got his license together. He going 10 over and you doing under the speed limit and you get pulled over. Oh, man, let me tell you, bro, it's different. That's what, okay, I said all that to say, that is why these people don't want to talk to the camera because they know they ain't supposed to be over there. They look, all of us look at everybody looking at the cameraman. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. They don't want me to talk like this because I'm talking too real. That's why they don't want to give me my $30 million. That's why they don't want to give me my $30 million, because, see, I'm going to expose. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell how people be riding dirty. They want to catch me riding dirty. Want to catch me riding dirty. You be thinking to yourself, I knew I should have caught the bus today. Or it's your girlfriend, right? It's her fault. Man, that stupid hoe, man. Can't believe her, bro. I can't believe her, man. If I wouldn't have been arguing with you. Now everything is her fault. it ain't her fault that you got a suspended license. Man, you took her car. Man, she pissed me off. That's why I was speeding, man. If you look, you on the phone, man, I got pulled over by the police. They running your stuff. You on the phone with your girl. Man, I got pulled over by the police. That's because I was running late. If I had been arguing with you all this morning, I would have been at work and I would have been straight. It ain't her fault. It is not her fault that you was sitting there riding dirty. And that's what I get for messing with you, bro. Always messing up my money, man. I ain't want to get arrested today, but you're just messing with you. God, I wish you would have just let me have a peaceful morning. I would have been at work doing my job and I wouldn't have been pulled over right now. Nah, it's her fault. It's her fault that you got pulled over because you mad that you was arguing with her and now they got to come and bail you out of jail. Man, call my mama, man. Call mom. Call mama. See if she can bail me out of jail. Ooh, I'm too real. I'm too real for regular TV. I'm too real for regular TV. They don't want me to be honest with you. See, I know all of your tricks. I know. See, when y'all call me, you can't run one over on me because I done seen it all. I done seen it all. I did it all. I done witnessed it. I know what you're going to do before you do it. I know how this game go. You can't call me on no Wednesday and be like, "Y'all, Anton." No, I can spot you. I know a Dusty when I see one. Let me read a couple of these super chats. We're gonna get to the final subject. He said that sound exactly like your adult life. I don't never want to go back to my 20s. I don't never want to go back to my 20s. No pillow talking up in here. I don't know why everybody keeps saying, "Oh man, my 20s, man. My 20s was horrible. Broke." The beginning of my 20s was cool. The second half was like, "Oh Jesus, I'm getting pulled over. I got a new baby. I'm getting my car repossessed. Oh Jesus." 20s was a rough time. 20 was a rough time, man. Spacer says Jean is talking like she graduated from room 9. Yeah. 20s was a rough time. BY says you got the old ladies coming for you. Keep monkey footing on them folks' feelings with the honesty facts. Though, keep cooking. One love. Man, 20s be rough. Having a time of your life, though. Skittle says, AD, I went through this in 2009 when Michigan had the driver's them driver's responsibility fees. They was killing your boy. Let me tell you something. I know y'all don't think Anton had a past life, but let me tell you something. She might be busy. She out there with her friends. She might be busy. Them driver's responsibility fees was kicking everybody's butt in our 20s. Them early 2000s driver's responsibility fees, you already had a suspended license, and if you get caught, you also get a driver's responsibility fee on top of it. Keeping the poor. I drove to work with no license for a year, nervous. Had high blood pressure and everything. Don't you know that it's everybody else's fault, AD? Absolutely, it's everybody else's fault. 100%. Ain't nothing like the neighbors watching you get your car repossessed. Like, oh, no, listen, I know what happened to everybody. Everybody's suffering right now. Anyways, let's continue over with the show. Hello.
Hey, babe, you called me?
You busy?
No.
Hey, remember when I kept getting my license suspended when I was in my 20s?
Oh my goodness gracious. Yes. Thank you. Have a good one. Yes, Jesus.
Oh.
How many times?
Hey, remember when we was coming from the drive-in at one time?
Yes. I was an accessory to a crime.
Oh my God. The statute of limitations is up on that one though.
I was definitely an accessory hiding a fugitive.
Do you remember what happened?
Yes, I remember.
What happened?
You talking about when we when you drove down the street and hid in the trunk?
Yeah.
And then I told you that they had went past the street and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember all of that. That's crazy.
What was wrong with us? I don't know.
I don't know either. And why was I just riding with you, being crazy with you?
I don't know what was wrong with us.
We was young.
They was looking for me. They was looking for me. I just stayed in the trunk. I go ahead and take me a nap. Police out there, I'm just gonna stay in the trunk. They don't know where I'm at. Wait till the daylight come on up.
Too crazy.
Bye. She was a real one. That's how I knew she was a real one. That's how I knew she was a real one. Real talk. I don't even think I was married yet. Was I married? I don't think I was married. No, I wasn't married yet. Because I had dropped her off at her car. And I was like, hey, follow me. Stay behind me. Follow me. Before we get into it, I said, hey, follow me. I'm not going to tell you, Leah, a lot of y'all think that I was just out here oh my God, he went to private school. No, it was real in the field. I'm not going to tell you why I told her to follow me. But I went and dropped her off at her car. I said, hey, I want you to follow me or whatever, so on and so forth. And chill. Next thing you know, my phone started ringing. I said, what's up, Rita? Anton, because she had got a little bit behind me or whatever, and she got caught up at a light, so I kept going. My phone ringing. I said, what's going on? Where you at? Police is coming for you. Police is coming for you. They got all of the cars coming for you. They got all of the cars coming for you. I was like, oh my fucking God, I can't go to jail. I can't go to jail. It's going to mess up my YouTube career. I can't go to jail. Not today. Not today. Oh, I took off. I was gone. I said, no, I'm not stopping today. They just going to have to catch me. Went through. She started following the police. I'm gone. She following the police. She giving me the update of where they going. I turned down a side street. They made a mistake and missed the side street. They kept going. I'm flying. I just pull up in somebody's driveway, pulled down my back seat, got in the trunk, cut my car off, and just laid there. I could hear the police the whole time. They everywhere. Is this the car? Is this the car? We didn't get the license plate. We don't know if there ain't nobody here. They circling. They over there for hours. I'm just in the trunk praying. Lord, I promise you I'm going to turn my life around. I'll never do it again. I'm not going to be caught up in the streets, Lord. I promise you I'm going to go to church tomorrow. Just let them pass me by. Don't let them open the trunk. Don't let them impound the car, Lord. They just kept going. I said, Lord is with me. God is real. God is real. And the whole time, Rita was holding me down. I said, that's my wife right there. That's my wife right there. Oh, I got some stories for y'all. Listen, I know y'all think that everybody just was chilling in the house and all of that stuff. Nah, listen, bro. It was real in the field. I said, I'm not about to be going to jail for these niggas. I'm not going to jail for nobody. Nope. I woke up in the morning. I ain't even get the car. It's like, I don't even want that car no more. I'll come back. If it's there the next day, then I'm going to come and get the car. Came back the next day, jumped in the car. Rita came and picked me up, dropped me off at the car. I'm back. We back, baby. Yeah. It's crazy out here in these streets. Woo. Life as a 20-year-old. Life as a 20-year-old. Thank God social media and all of these cameras wasn't around back then. But I will say this, I ain't never been arrested. Well, got arrested for driving while license is suspended, but they let me go. Never, ever got caught up in these streets, man. Never got caught up in these streets, man. You can't catch me. Listen, once you get that one scare straight, don't keep doing the same thing again. We got to move on with the show. Let me read a couple more super chats, and then we're going to move on with the show. I know y'all thinking that Anton out in these streets. Anton is chilling. Anton is chilling. Ari Reed says, Anton, some devastating news just came across my desk. I'll be sending you an email because I was not expecting. Oh, man. Ari, send me an email and keep me informed, baby. Prayers up for you. Prayers up for Ari, y'all. Prayers up for our baby girl. Joe Gunn 84 says, Anton, it's time to sign a Rumble or Spotify. They got to send the bag. They got to send the bag first. I'm holding out. Classy B says, when I was 20, I ran into the back of another car right after I got my license reinstated. Thankfully, the lady I ran into let it go. See that? It was blessings. But I had to go get that money. I had to go take care of business. Not in the trunk, Anton, like Ray Caruth. Man, listen, you had to do what you had to do. I was thinking fast on my feet. Had to think fast on my feet. Baby. I wasn't going to jail that day. Brock says, pass a love offering. Thank you, Brock. Is this not the most entertaining show on the face of the earth? Prince Elian says, all I need in this life of sin is me and my girlfriend. Down to ride to the bloody end. Just me and my girlfriend. DJ Ace Production says, I'm going to send a 10 ball for the morning laughs for real. Hey, man, y'all know it's real in the field. But you got to change your life. You can't stay living a life in that sin. You got to get yourself together. Let's continue on with the show. Oh, that ain't the one. Hold on, let me see. Is that from yesterday? Got to get the one from the day. Hold on. Let me see. Charlamagne, that one. All right, there we go. We good now. Charlamagne recently interviewed. I guess he did an interview with Stephen A. Smith. And Charlamagne kind of been cold lately, in my opinion. Ain't nobody really been, you have no idea of my anonymous knowledge. But I don't like to glorify that. I don't like to highlight that because that's not the thing that I'm trying to emphasize is good. But we'll get there. Charlamagne did an interview. I guess somebody sent me this clip where he was saying that he still believes in Kamala Harris. I'm not really sure what this is, so I'm gonna go ahead and play this, and then we'll see what happens.
You can look at it from at sports, right? I can love my Dallas Cowboys, right, but if Dak Prescott ain't producing, and there might be somebody else that can go out there and win us some games. Right. I want that person.
I'm not sure that's the strongest argument that you can make on this particular day because you started off the show talking about how we gonna win the Super Bowl next year. So I'm just saying, Charlamagne. I don't know if this is not the time. This is not the subject of buffing your point.
Take Dak out of it. Then. I'm just saying if you got a stronger player,
right?
If there's a potential stronger player that can win, put them on.
Did you see a stronger player in the Democratic Party?
I didn't this time last year. When people were asking me, like, it felt like the Democrats had a very weak bench this time last year. But when I heard President Biden
shout out to Philip Moore.
Very weak bench, because it sounded, I don't want anybody to think.
I know, every time I say that, they say that.
They say you say bench. No, you said bench. B-E-N-C-H. Well, go ahead. Right.
When I saw President Biden say he thinks that there's about 50 other Democrats who can beat Trump, I was like, well, who are they? But then, I think Governor Shapiro in Pennsylvania. I think.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Nope.
I
think he wouldn't stand a chance. No.
I didn't believe in Governor Newsom at first, but I started to see him make some maneuvers that I was like, okay, I can see that.
Here's my question. Why are these people still trying to find somebody to be able to beat Trump? Why are we not having conversations based off of policy, based off of past experience? What have they done when they was in office already? How are you experiencing this president versus the previous term? How well was your family off? How well was the economy? Was everybody doing well? Did you like the direction of the company? Did we start any new wars? We're having a conversation of whether or not the governor of the worst state in the United States of America in California could beat Trump. California is operating at a deficit. They're operating at a deficit. They ran out all of the millionaires and billionaires. Their taxes is out of control. They then instituted new taxes on top of that in order to try to prevent the millionaires and billionaires from leaving. What are we talking about, California? Have y'all seen LA? Have y'all seen Los Angeles? Have y'all seen San Francisco? Have y'all seen Oakland? Have y'all seen Sacramento? Have y'all seen San Diego? Have y'all walked past the poop that's in San Francisco? Have y'all seen the homelessness crisis? What planet are these people living on?
I like him in terms of how he looks, how polished he is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like somebody that used to look at Mitt Romney when he was running against Barack Obama. And they were like, he really looks good in those blue suits. You know what I'm saying? He looks presidential. I looked at Gavin Newsom, particularly when he debated Ron DeSantis on Fox News. I said, okay, he looks the part, but at the end of the day, if you look in California, you see the homelessness, you see the immigration issues, you see the economy, you see taxes, you see the price of gas and everything else. I think that's where Trump smokes him. That's my opinion.
Yeah, because he can always point to California.
That's right.
I think Westmore in the future.
In the future, yes.
You know, if we have a democracy in the future,
He's got a chance.
I think Westmore, Maryland. But those are like my three right now. I like Tim Ryan too. Tim Ryan was I think he was a congressman in Ohio at one point. I like him a lot too. But you know, the light doesn't never really get shined on him like that. But those three I think have some potential. And I still believe in the vice president.
I was going right there. That was my next question. I didn't hear you mention Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris. You still believe in her?
I do, but we're in the bottom of the knife.
Yes.
We're in the bottom of the knife, and, you know, she's been in that office for over 3 years now, and I just wish people could see the Kamala Harris that you get when you're just having a conversation with her.
That is.
You talking about the border czar, Kamala Harris? You talking about the person who just a couple years ago the Biden administration was fighting, and there was reports that was going out that was saying that they was disgruntled with the fact that, or she was disgruntled and her people was disgruntled with the fact that she wasn't getting more shine and more visibility from the Biden administration? This dude said, I just wish that the people could get to Kamala Harris when you sit down and you having a conversation. What? Man, listen, I don't care if you stutter every other word. I don't care if you're stuttering every other word. I want a person that is competent at the job. I don't care about whether or not you like her and she can talk. Obama was one of the best talkers that we ever seen in our life, and that's why we got so finesse. That's why we got finesse so bad. What is wrong with these people?
Is exactly why I don't believe in her. Exactly that. Because I'm not questioning her credentials. I'm not questioning her ability to deliver and resonate in terms of a message. My problem is you waited too long not to. And so much time has passed by. And she's been taking a lot of hits. You know, you VP, you can't do but so much. You got to flow along with what the administration asked you to do. So I blame them more than I blame her.
So now we're absolving women from responsibility. So we're blaming the administration for Kamala's failure. Well, what about when she was over in Ghana in order to advocate for alphabet community rights? So now even Stephen A. Smith admits that she's incompetent at her job, but then at the same time he's saying that, well, it's not her fault though. It's not her fault. Jesus Christ.
But in the same breath, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, how could you let it get to this point?
But you know what's so interesting? They gave her, there was a way for her to come in and really have like I don't want to say a heel turn, but like a turn in her, the character that we saw. Because you had Nikki Haley running around saying we should have chills up our spine for a Kamala Harris presidency. Like, you know, you had other people in the Republican Party saying we should be scared to death of a Kamala Harris presidency. Well, damn, why scared to death? That's not even language we use for Donald Trump.
Are you ready for this? You know where I think
Why
she
would you
missed it?
use that language for Donald Trump? And he literally had he had one of the most successful 4-year runs that we've seen in my lifetime. In my lifetime, since I've been able to follow, pay attention to, vote, and understand politics to the extent that I'm understanding policy, how each state works, what that feeds into, every legislative branch. He's had the most powerful and prosperous and successful 4 years of any president since I've been able to vote in my lifetime. What the hell are we talking about, bro? But this just shows you that people are more concerned with identity politics and trying to figure out how they can make sense for their friends or the people that they like instead of looking at who it is that's best for the job and the policy. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Did he just try to throw Trump under the bus? Unwarranted? You know what's so funny about all of these liberals and people like Charlamagne? If you ask them, what is it that you didn't like about his presidency? And I've asked so many people, even the stuff that he wasn't able to successfully get done because he was blocked, including reassuring what's happening at the border, putting resources at the border, the very thing that he predicted that we now are complaining about today. If you ask them, hey, what is it that you didn't like about what he did from a policy perspective or how he managed the presidency in the White House when he was in office? What is it that you didn't like? They cannot give you one answer. Not one time they'll say, well, I just don't like the way he talked, or I don't like this, or I don't like that, or whatever. They will not point to anything that they did not like about him when he was in office, but then they still talk greasy like it was crazy. It's crazy. It's insane.
Where? Ron DeSantis in the state of Florida, the education system, they try to explain that there were benefits to slavery. And they were challenging
here come the slavery
folks
conversation.
to debate them on this. And one of the challenges was to the vice president.
Yeah.
And she passed. If you can't debate, and listen, we gonna be neutral here. You know, we're black men, we're proud black men, but we gonna be neutral here from the standpoint. We're gonna say it as plainly as I can without trying to be offensive. If you can't debate a middle-aged white man who is saying that there are benefits to slavery, as the vice president of the United States, as a former district attorney of San Francisco, first black woman, as the former first black state attorney general in the state of California, if you can't debate that subject with a presidential candidate at the time, to me, it was one of those things, it might be beneath you. You might be swinging down because you're there and he's not because he was aiming to go for the White House. But in the same breath, that issue should have been so piercing to you, that position that they took, that should have been a fight you were willing to embrace.
Absolutely, and you saw when that's what Gavin Newsom took up the fight, right? So him and Ron DeSantis actually were debating on Fox. I agree with you. Like, you got to go into that lion's den. Like, you know, I know for a fact that a lot of Democrats,
so silly.
you know,
I feel like
in her
I'm
position,
in the third grade
they
right
feel
now
like their
as a
words
C
get
student.
misconstrued by Fox News. So they're kind of afraid to speak truth to power the way they want to because they feel like
Truth to
Fox will
power.
take a soundbite and run it over and
So
over for their
what?
audience. It can be so what if you're willing to go to Fox because they can't misconstrue you.
That's right.
When you right there in
You're
their face
everywhere.
talking to them.
You're everywhere. They ain't the only network
That's right.
covering you.
That's right. President Obama used to go on O'Reilly Factor.
Right.
Like Jon Stewart, even though he wasn't an elected official, he used to go on O'Reilly
Comedy
Factor.
Central.
You see Gavin Newsom, he goes on Fox now
With
and goes with Hannity, debates Ron DeSantis. I feel like the VP should have been doing that, especially when they were saying things like, we should be scared to death of a Kamala Harris presidency. You're only saying that because she's black. You're only saying that because she's black and she's a woman. Like,
I can't do this no more. I can't do this. This is so ignorant. This is so idiotic and ignorant. So never mind the fact that she's basically been incompetent at her job. Never mind the fact that she's nothing more than, Kamala Harris has been overseeing some of the worst things that we've ever seen as far as what's happening to the community in our lives. And you're sitting here now going with the same old. Oh, it's because she black. Oh, it's because she a woman. Nikki Haley was one of the people that was running around saying that she's a woman. Oh, it's the black thing. Oh, black again. Black, black. Same old conversations over and over again. Never any kind of standing on policy. Just Christ. Philip Monroe says Tiff has NPD, narcissist personality disorder. Tiff got way more than that. She about to have, well, let me be quiet. I don't want to say nothing. The Objective Hustler says, when are you going to say that C, the God, is being paid by Dems? Because I don't have any evidence or proof of it. So all I'm just going to say is that it's a stupid talking point. But I don't have any evidence or proof that he's being paid by anybody. So I can't just say any rumors. If that's what you guys think, then you know what I'm saying? And that's what you think. But I don't know that for a fact. And so I can't say that. Well-Building Journey says, is Charlamagne talking about the same Kamala Harris who clearly lied when she said she listened to Tupac when she was at Howard? I'm not saying, but shout out to you. I appreciate you, the Wealth-Building Journey. I think that all of these dudes is just, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Anyways, I feel like I lost a IQ point when I was listening to that, but neither here nor there. Another week in the can, y'all. Another week in the can. We did it again. We did it again. Somehow, some way, we was able to do a whole nother episode, a whole nother opportunity to do great things. And you guys are taking this ride along with me. Y'all ready for after hours tonight? Y'all want to do after hours tonight, or y'all want to do it Friday? Saturday. Yeah, I seen that TMZ where Montel Williams was walking past with his daughter, and he was like, Kamala Harris, Kamala. I seen that pop up on my algorithm on Instagram. Shout out to Eric Daniels. Shout out to Davies, Tia Marie, Branding. We got another week under our belt, y'all. After hours tonight, or y'all want to do it? What up, Mika? What up, Meek? I got Meek coming into the city next week, so we going to have some fun with her too. Y'all want to do it tonight, or y'all want to do it Saturday? I see some people saying Saturday, some people saying tonight. Tonight and tomorrow night, your car? Oh, y'all want the whole shebang, huh? Tonight and tomorrow night? Yeah, I'll be getting y'all through y'all work day. We gonna get it. You see Dune 2 yet, AD yet? No, I haven't seen it yet. I've been working with y'all. I've been grinding. I've been keeping my ear to the streets. I've been pushing. I've been keeping everything focused. There's no way that I can go and see anything because I've been just absolutely dedicated to making sure that I pour into y'all and add value into y'all life. So nope, I have not seen Dune. All right, so we're going to play it by ear. We're going to rock out tonight. That's the goal, is to rock out tonight and maybe tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. Let me read some of these super chats and then I'm going to get y'all up out of here for the day because I appreciate y'all. Classy Beat says Saturday, maybe Friday, maybe Saturday, maybe both. I don't know, Classy Beats. Thank you, my friend. Delta Fox is in the building, says my super chats got blocked earlier because I said Kamala word salad on YouTube. Really? What? You'll realize that she makes no sense and cannot properly articulate a thought and translate it into speech. Well, thank you, Delta Fox. I appreciate you for coming back. Messi said both of them the whole weekend. Y'all trying to have me working. All right, well, I'll tell y'all what. I'm going to look at what's happening out in the streets. If it's anything in particular, thank you, Delta Fox, for holding me down. If it's anything in particular for me to talk about, and then I'll play it by ear from there. But I'm a try to. Jasmine said this is the best show ever. Oh, I appreciate y'all. I covered Trayvon Diggs last night. See, you wasn't there last night. All right, so listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for continuing to rock with me. Hopefully y'all getting through y'all day. Cam is a female Obama. Oh, no, I think she's 10 times worse. 10 times worse across the board. 100% 10 times worse. 10 times worse. Jonathan Wilson says, can't wait for the day black folks divest from the identity politics mindset. That's not going to happen. You can forget it. It's always going to be a subset of people that's not going to do the thing that's in their best interest because they just on code. So we just got to go without them. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Also, Tiege Hanley, 30% off your first order plus a free gift. I love y'all. Shout out to Roxy, Yakar, Kyla, Tanisha, everybody. We getting it popping. What up, R Streets? All right, y'all. Let's get with it. Let's get with it. I love y'all. I'm going to try to see y'all tonight. 90% sure we live streaming tonight. I'm going to see y'all tonight. I love y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Oh, hold on. Let me give it an acknowledgement to somebody that cash at me. Philip Monroe. Shout out to Philip Monroe for holding me down, man. Thank you, Philip. I appreciate you, Philip, for the 20 ball. Absolutely, positively appreciate y'all, all right? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I need y'all to do me one more favor before we get up out of here on the greatest show on earth. Greatest show on earth. Make sure y'all share this with y'all family and friends. We don't want to be successful by ourselves. I love you. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace, my friends.